Buddha always bring peace in my mind. King Zito is one of the monk leader in Burma who get involved in the saffron revolution, and after the saffron revolution he was imprisoned by the government.
In our country, most of the people are very afraid to participate in the political movement because of military region. So at the time I take my bow and myself and I stick everywhere. They can send me to jail. It's no problem. I can face it. And our country, most of the people don't want to think because they learn education is not good. Critical thinking cannot be for our country. So at the time we train for them to think. We stick everywhere to get freedom for our country.
Our monk life is very simple, very peaceful. So we know how to control our mind, how to check our mind. Yet our Buddha are not allowed to kill and steal, or we have rules a lot. So at a time we cannot do. So non-violent action. So our Buddha never allowed to in a violent action. In the Saffron Revolution, over 500 monks walk on the street. So sons loving kindness to all. At the time, military region soldiers and police beat and torture to the monk a lot. So we use the non-violent way. But military regions use the violent ways, beat and torture. Our Buddha always teach forgiveness to all. We are kind, supportive people. Now they kill and a monk and they send to jail. And also it doesn't matter because we know this is not enemy, nobody enemy, everybody, every beings are in a connection.
The Saffron Revolution with the Burmese monks, it was really heartbreaking to see that people who protested nonviolently were dealt with very violently. So I found a 100-year-old Library of Congress image of a Burmese monk that I thought was really elegant, and I made an illustration. The monks' traditions and their garb is very recognizable, their look, but they have a long history. So the Burmese monk was a really beautiful and powerful symbol to really encourage people to look into what's going on in Burma.
Looks like for some reason we're coming off the ground more.
Between that brick, yeah, and up to the next one needs to just be barely darker.
The piece behind me is called The Burmese Monk. Done some humanitarian aid work, creating images about what's going on, the human rights abuses in Burma. And it's also just a beautiful symbol of non-violent protest. This piece is the first all stencil image at this scale that I've done. I'm excited that it's going to be something that lasts longer than most of my illegal street art.
When I see that paint, I'm seeing sadness in his face. That image can message to all over the world. Our monk life is not safe.
Buddhism as a form of nonviolent protest. I love that idea. I love that art is a way to put an idea out there nonviolently, and it's a way to conquer fear in the mind. I think that goes really well with the idea of making art and putting it out there and pushing and pushing and pushing with art rather than, using violence.
If we are using art, we won't destroy anything, we can spread the message all over the world by using art. It is related with everything for me.
I think street art and Buddhism are in flow with natural environment. In Buddhism, Buddha also believes that things are always changing. Buddha recognizes change because things are always changing. Like trees, like being a human when you die. Everything what Buddha says, it's all about nature. When we look around the environment, things are always changing. Like a street art on the wall, when time passes over and over, and street art start to change, people painting over it, and the color disappear, and it fades in the sun and rain. This is part of the natural flow in nature.
The thing with street art is that you can't be too precious about it. It's ephemeral. The work may stay up for a week, it may stay up for a year, it may be cleaned in a matter of hours. Of course, I put a lot of love into what I do on the street, but I know that it won't last, and I have to just move on to the next one after something is painted over or defaced. It's just the nature of everything in life, actually. You know, you're born, you die, weeds grow. I think it's just more accelerated, though, with street art.
I'm not religious at all, but if I were to choose a religion, it would be Buddhism, because I think that Buddhism also is a philosophy, and there's a spirituality to it that I think is about the collective needs of humanity. And I really agree with the idea that you can be an individual and you can believe in self-determination, but that you're also part of the entire, fabric of the world and humanity.
But with the reformist government now in power, the country is opening up to the international community.
Graffiti is springing up everywhere. Far from the sprawling task by teenagers, street artists are now emerging.